Harris campaign is running on this because human beings, as a general rule, are much more susceptible to emotion than they are to logic. You try to preach logic to a group of 100 people, you got maybe about 12 people listening to you. If I was to get on here and just preach logic to you all day, and I am giving you logic, but I'm mixing it in by explaining some things, and mind you, the number of people listening to this is a small percentage of the overall population of human beings. Try to preach logic to most people, they won't hear it, they won't understand it, it won't connect with them, and they won't retain it. They might hear it, but they don't retain it. They won't keep it. They won't take it with them. When you preach to people emotionally, you are much more likely to get their attention. And this campaign, this concept by the Harris campaign, it works well because Kamala Harris is a female. Wouldn't work so well if there was a man doing this. If there was Keon Harris instead of Kamala Harris, this wouldn't work as well as it does. With a woman saying, we're going to, quote unquote, protect women's rights, it sounds good coming from the mouth of a woman. Now, this is a quote unquote black woman who's married to a white man. Different conversation for a different day. Actually, I'll probably touch on that later on here today. But she's claiming that we're going to help women protect women's rights. And they're running on this emotional campaign that has women thinking, this is what has women thinking, that you are taking back your power by taking back, quote unquote, your power by having the ability to murder your children. Let's talk about that. And let's get into the legal side of this, because as I'm saying here, I want to be clear. There is no law and there is no state in the world, in the United States, let's say, in the United States, where a doctor is legally blocked from protecting the life of the mother. That is not a thing. That law does not exist. Also, abortion is legal. And many people have said, well, we want to vote for Harris because we don't want the federal government involved in what we, women, do with our bodies. Okay, so let's address the logical fallacies in those statements, because I know there are some people who are listening to me right now who have actually heard that. You probably repeated it. Maybe you posted it on social media. Maybe you have said it yourself in a conversation. All right, that is a bullshit argument that is not based in reality. Let me help you out. So the statement I'm addressing here is people saying, I'm going to vote for Harris and Walz because we don't want the federal government involved in what happens with my body or our bodies. First of all, when the United States Supreme Court struck down Roe versus Wade 2 years ago, they decided clearly that the federal government is no longer involved in what happens in your body. That's exactly what it did.